Alrighty, folks, welcome to the program for Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. And if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video here today that I actually like the best, I'll tell you how to do that at the end of the video. But let's go ahead and dive right into some free content. Going to start off with that Diamondbacks-White Sox matchup, 2:10 Eastern first pitch. Arizona's minus $1.50, totals 8 runs. Zach Gallen on the bump for the Diamondbacks. Sean Burke for Chicago. Burke is just 3-7 with an ERA of 4.50. And as a team, the White Sox have played pretty horrendous over the past few weeks. Just 2-8 straight up in their last 10. They're now 30 games below 500. And they're facing an Arizona squad who got the W in 5 out of their last 6. They pounded the baseball pretty well during that span. Arizona averaged over 7.3 runs a game during that stretch I just mentioned. Eugenio Suarez has 25 homers, 67 RBI. Josh Naylor batting .303. Arizona games went 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Chicago with overs in 4 out of their last 5 at Rate Field. Give me the Diamondbacks minus 1.5, over 8. Pirates Brewers 2:10 East. Milwaukee's $1.15, total 7. Jacob Mizorowski for the Brewers. Paul Skeens for Pittsburgh. Now Skeens is just 4-6 on the year. Pirates pretty much refuse to score runs for Skeens. This Pittsburgh lineup is averaging under 3.3 runs a game for the entire season, and they're going to face Jake Mizorowski, who's 2-0 on the year with an ERA of 1.64. The righties also got a stingy .55 whip. Of course, as a staff, the Brewers are fanning nearly double-digit batters a game at American Family Field. They've been tough to hit against in their own building. Now, total-wise, 63% of the Brewers' home games this year stayed under the number. And ironically enough, Pirates games went 63% to the under this year on the road. I like the Brewers minus $1.15, under 7. Red Sox Angels 4:07 East. The Angels are minus $1.25, totals 9. Yusei Kikuchi for the Angels, Richard Fitz for Boston. And the Bo Sox have done a nice job against Angel pitching in recent gatherings. They averaged 5.2 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with LA, and they're facing an Angel pitching staff who's definitely struggled with control. They walk more batters a game than any other team, and no real surprise, the Angels allow nearly double-digit hits a game at home. Now, 3 out of the Angels' last 5 home games did get over the total. I like the Red Sox plus 105, over 9. Nationals Padres 4:10 East. San Diego's $1.45, totals 8. Nick Pivetta for the Pods, Mackenzie Gore for Washington. And even though Gore's got some good numbers, the Nats just don't want to win for the guy. Gore's just 3-7 on the year. Nats took the loss in 7 out of their last 10 as a team. They're facing a Padres club who actually plays their best baseball at Petco Park. They're 24-14 at home. They've been very patient at the dish. San Diego's in the top 3 in walks per game at home, striking out fewer times a game than any other team on their own diamond. Manny Machado's hitting .302 with 47 runs batted in. Fernando Tatis leads the lineup in home runs. Now, 4 out of the Nationals' last 5 road games did get over the total. 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Padres minus 145, over 8. Rangers Orioles 6:35 East. Texas is $1.45, totals 9. Jacob deGrom for the Rangers. Brandon Young for Baltimore. Now, Young is yet to record a win through a couple of appearances, and Baltimore as a team, they've definitely had problems at the plate. They really don't walk a whole lot, and they are a bottom 10 run scoring team. And unfortunately for them, this Ranger pitching staff allows only 3.4 runs a game. Could see more of that today with Jacob deGrom on the hill. The righty 7-2 with an ERA of 2.24. Now deGrom's punched out 87 batters and currently has a .92 whip. Now total-wise, the Rangers have seen nearly 60% of their road games this season stay under the number. Baltimore with unders in 7 out of their last 10. Give me the Rangers -145, under 9. A's Tigers 6:40 Eastern start. Detroit's $1.65. Totals 8.5. Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. Jacob Lopez for the A's. Now Lopez is just 1-4 with an ERA of 4.25. And these A's pitchers have been pretty brutal for much of the season. They're in the bottom 3 in runs allowed per contest. And they're facing a top 5 run-producing lineup in the Tigers. Riley Green with 17 homers, 61 ribbies. Gleyber Torres with an on-base percentage in the high 300s. The Tigers' last 7 straight at Comerica Park did get over the total. A's with overs in nearly 60% of their road games this year. I like the Tigers -165, over 8.5. Blue Jays Guardians 6:40 East. Toronto's $1.20. Totals 8.5. Max Scherzer for the Jays. Gavin Williams for Cleveland. Now Williams is 5-3 with an ERA in the 3s. And as a team, the Guardians did get the W in 4 out of their last 7 outings. They've got a winning record at Progressive Field. And they're facing a Blue Jays team who's got a losing record on the road, definitely struggling at the plate in their travels. The Blue Jays are a bottom 5 run-scoring team away from home. Now, total-wise, Cleveland games went 8-2 to the under in their last 10. Give me the Guardians +$1, under 8.5. Braves Mets 7:10 East. New York's $1.45. Totals 9.5. Clay Holmes for the Mets. Didier Fuentes for Atlanta. Now, the Braves are still playing their worst baseball on the road. They've got a .365 win percentage in their travels. And at the plate, this is still a bottom 10 run-scoring team. They're facing a Mets squad who's still 27-12 at Citi Field this year, despite their recent struggles. Pitching's been tough in Flushing, Queens. New York's in the top 3 in fewest runs allowed on their own field. We could see more of the same here today with Clay Holmes on the hill. 7-4 record, ERA of 3.04. New York with unders in 64% of their divisional home games. Atlanta's currently 15-7 to the under against the NL East. I like the Mets -145, under 9.5. Yankees Reds 7:10 Eastern start. The Yankees are the $2 favorite. Totals 9.5. Max Fried for the Bombers. Brady Singer for Cincinnati. And these Red Sluggers have certainly had problems making contact with the baseball. They're in the bottom 10 in strikeouts per game at the plate. And they're facing a 9-2 Max Fried on the bump. ERA of 2.05, whip of .96. Of course, as a staff, the Yankees strike out more batters a game on the road than any other team. Now, New York's last 10 straight did stay under the total. Reds saw unders in 3 out of their last 5 at the Great American Ballpark. Give me the Yankees -1.5, under 9.5 runs. Mariners Twins 7:40 East. Minnesota's $1.30. Total 7.5. Joe Ryan for the Twins. George Kirby for Seattle. Now the M's are on a 3-game winning streak. 31 total runs they scored during that span. The Mariners are also pounding the baseball on the road. Double-digit hits a game in their travels. And as good as Joe Ryan's been, well, the Twins do allow their fair share of base runners at Target Field. They're allowing nearly double-digit hits on their home field. And Twins games went 60% to the over in their last 10. Seattle with overs in 7 out of their last 10 themselves. Like the Mariners +$1.10, over 7.5. Rays Royals 7:40 East. Tampa Bay is $1.25. Totals 9. Drew Rasmussen for the Rays. Michael Wacha for Kansas City. Now Wacha's just 4-6 on the year, not getting a ton of run support. The Royals are currently the lowest run-scoring team at home in the league, and they're facing a Tampa pitching staff who's been tough to hit against when they travel. The Rays allowed just 3.7 runs a game on the road, and starting pitcher Drew Rasmussen, well, he's been a big contributor to their success. ERA of 2.61, whip of just .97. Now, total-wise, 3 out of the Royals' last 4 at Kauffman Stadium stayed under the number. 7-3 to the under in their last 10 at any location. I like the Rays minus $1.25, under 9. Cubs Cardinals 7:45 East. Chicago's $1.35. Totals 8.5. Matthew Boyd for Chicago. Eric Fetty for St. Louis. Now Fetty's just 3-6 on the year. Not a lot of strikeouts for these Cardinal pitchers. As a matter of fact, the Redbirds are punching out fewer hitters a game at home than any other pitching staff. And they're going to see one of the most dangerous lineups in baseball. Chicago's currently leading the league in runs per game on the road. Pete Crow Armstrong with 21 homers on the year. Seiya Suzuki with 67 RBI. Because of that run support, starting pitcher Matthew Boyd comes into today's contest with a 6-3 record on the year. Now, Cubbies games went 60% to the over in their last 10. The Cardinals with overs in 7 out of their last 10 themselves. Give me the Cubs minus 135, over 8.5. Phillies Astros 8:10 East. Philadelphia's $1.70. Totals 8. Zach Wheeler for Philadelphia. Colton Gordon for Houston. Now, Gordon's logged just 1 loss on the year. Houston's been tough to hit against in their own building. The Astros are fanning nearly 11 batters a game in front of their own crowd. And they're facing a Phillies team who dropped 2 out of their last 3 themselves. Having a tough time against Houston pitching in recent gatherings. The Astros have held Philadelphia to just 2.3 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head meetings. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. Now, 4 out of the Phillies' last 5 on the road did stay under the total. 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, Houston games went 60% to the under in their last 10 themselves. I like the Astros plus 1.5, under 8. Dodgers Rockies 8:40 East. The Dodgers are the $3.20 favorite. Totals 11. Yoshi Yamamoto for Los Angeles. Chase Dollander for Colorado. Now, Chase is just 2-7 with an ERA of 6.19. And this Rockies pitching staff gives up more runs a game at home than any other squad. They're facing a Dodger club who averages nearly double-digit hits a game. They're amongst the top run-scoring teams in Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani with 27 homers, OPS in the thousands. Hernandez and Pages have 53 RBI each, respectively. Dodger games have gone 8-2 to the over in their last 10. 7-3 to the over in their last 10 gatherings with the Rockies. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. I like the Dodgers minus 1.5, over 11. Next and final breakdown for the video, Marlins Giants 9:45 East. San Francisco's minus 225, total 7.5. Logan Webb for the Giants, Edward Cabrera for Miami. Now, Eddie's recorded only 2 losses this season, ERA in the 3s. When it comes to the run line, the Marlins have done a nice job covering the number. They're 7-3 against the run line in their last 10 outings. Doing a nice job against San Francisco in recent meetings as well. The Marlins have held San Francisco to just 2.9 runs a game in their last 10 meetings. And as far as this season's concerned, the Giants have certainly had their issues at the plate, especially at Oracle Park. They're a bottom 10 hit-producing team in their own stadium. Now, more recently, the Giants did take the loss in 6 out of their last 9. When it comes to the total, Giants games went 5-2 to the under in their last 7 at home. The Marlins with unders in 9 out of their last 10. I like the Marlins plus 1.5, under 7.5 runs. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like the Diamondbacks minus 1.5, over 8. Give me the Brewers minus $1.15, under 7. And if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video here today that I actually like the best, My daily best play on my premium page is just $1.99. Give me the Red Sox plus 105 over 9, Padres minus 145 over 8, Rangers minus 145 under 9, Tigers minus 165 over 8.5, Guardians plus $1 under 8.5 runs, New York Mets minus 145 under 9.5, Yankees minus 1.5 under 9.5, Mariners plus $1.10 over 7.5 runs, Tampa Bay Rays minus $1.25 under 9, Cubs minus 135 over 8.5, Astros plus 1.5 under 8, Dodgers minus 1.5 over 11, and give me the Marlins plus 1.5 under 7.5 runs. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And once again, if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video that I actually like the best, my daily best play is just $1.99 on my premium page. You'll get 30 days worth of access for just $1.99. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.